It's 3 in the morning, you are asleep, deeply, peacefully asleep, and then nothing. No sound, no alarm, no reason at all. You're just awake. And if this has happened out to you more than once, here's what's strange. It's almost always around the same time. Not 1 a.m., not 4 a.m., 3 a.m. Right now, as you're watching this, millions of people around the world are lying in the dark, staring at the ceiling, wondering the exact same thing. Why does this keep happening to me? The answer isn't supernatural, it isn't random, and it isn't a sign that something is wrong with you. It's your biology, and once you understand it, you might never lose sleep over it again. To understand 3 a.m., you first need to understand something most people get completely wrong about sleep. Sleep is not a single state. It's not like switching off a light. It's a cycle, a beautifully engineered biological program that repeats itself every 90 minutes, all night long. Each cycle moves through 4 distinct stages. Stage 1 and 2 are light sleep, the entry points. Easy to fall into, easy to leave. Stage 3 is deep sleep, slow wave sleep. This is where your body does its real repair work. Muscles rebuild, immune cells multiply, growth hormone floods your bloodstream. And then there's REM, rapid eye movement sleep. This is where your brain becomes almost as active as when you're awake. Dreams happen here, memory consolidation happens here, emotional processing happens here. Here's where it gets interesting. The ratio of deep sleep to REM sleep changes across the night. In your first few cycles, the ones that happen between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., your body prioritizes deep sleep. Physical restoration, your body is doing the heavy lifting. But by your third or fourth cycle, the ones that happen between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m., something shifts. Deep sleep fades, REM takes over, and right in that transition zone, right around 3 a.m., your sleep becomes lighter than at almost any other point in the night. This is the window, the biological fault line, the moment your body is most vulnerable to waking up. But lighter sleep alone doesn't fully explain it, because something else is happening at 3 a.m., something happening inside you whether you notice it or not. Your cortisol levels are rising. Cortisol is known as the stress hormone, but that's a terrible nickname. It's really your alertness hormone, a biological alarm clock built into every cell of your body. Starting around 3 a.m., your adrenal glands begin pumping more and more cortisol into your bloodstream in preparation for waking up. By 8 a.m., it hits its daily peak, which is why you often feel most alert in the morning. But here's the problem. If you're under chronic stress, work pressure, relationship tension, financial anxiety, health worries, your baseline cortisol is already elevated. So when that natural 3 a.m. surge kicks in on top of an already stressed system, it crosses a threshold. And your brain decides, time to wake up. Once awake, the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning, worrying, and catastrophizing, comes online almost instantly. And it does what it always does. It starts making a list, the email you forgot to send, the bill you haven't paid, that thing you said 5 years ago that still makes you cringe. At 3 a.m., in the dark, with no distractions, those thoughts feel enormous, permanent, unsolvable. But they aren't. That's just cortisol talking. Cortisol isn't the only thing shifting at 3 a.m. Your core body temperature is too. Throughout the night, your body temperature slowly drops. This cooling actually helps you stay asleep, but around 3 to 4 a.m., it begins climbing back toward its daytime level. This rise in temperature is another biological wake-up signal, and there are things we do every day that make all of this dramatically worse. Alcohol. Alcohol might help you fall asleep faster, but it suppresses REM sleep in the first half of the night. By the time 3 a.m. arrives, your body is desperately trying to catch up on lost REM. The rebound is intense. It wakes you up. Screens before bed. Blue light tells your brain it's still daytime. Melatonin, your sleep hormone, gets suppressed. Your sleep cycle starts late and out of sync, pushing that vulnerable 3 a.m. window into even more unstable territory. Blood sugar crashes. If you ate a late carb-heavy meal, your blood sugar might spike and then crash right around 3 a.m. Low blood sugar is a physical stressor, and your body responds by releasing adrenaline and cortisol. Wake up. One of these alone might not be enough, but combine two or three, your 3 a.m. wake up isn't just possible, it's almost guaranteed. Here's where it gets psychological, and this part is important. The first few times you wake up at 3 a.m., it's biological, cortisol, temperature, sleep cycles. But the moment you start noticing it, the moment you think, I always wake up at 3 a.m., something changes. Your brain, which is extraordinary at pattern recognition, begins to anticipate it. This is called conditioned arousal. It's the same mechanism behind Pavlov's dogs, but instead of salivating at a bell, you wake up at 3 a.m. because you've trained yourself to expect it. Your brain treats it like a threat to monitor. So it keeps one foot out of deep sleep, just in case. And then when 3 a.m. arrives and you're awake, the anxiety about being awake makes it harder to fall back asleep, which makes you more tired, which stresses you more, which raises your cortisol, which wakes you up at 3 a.m. It's a loop, and millions of people are stuck in it. So what do you actually do about it? There's no single magic fix, but there are 4 science-backed interventions that work, and they work for different reasons. 1. Stop watching the clock. The moment you check the time, you trigger your brain's alertness response. You confirm the pattern, put your phone face down, cover the clock. Time is irrelevant at 3 a.m. Your only job is to rest. 2. Don't fight the wakefulness, diffuse it. Trying to force sleep is like trying to force yourself to relax. It backfires. Instead, try a technique called cognitive shuffling. Deliberately imagine a random sequence of unrelated, peaceful images. A red balloon, a wooden bridge, a sleeping dog, a green field. This mimics the mental state your brain enters just before sleep, and it short-circuits the anxious thought spiral. 3. Cool your room, stabilize your blood sugar, keep your bedroom between 16 and 19 degrees Celsius, 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. If late-night hunger is an issue, a small protein-rich snack before bed, like a handful of nuts, can prevent the blood sugar crash that triggers a 3 a.m. cortisol spike. 4. Address the cortisol at its source. Stress management isn't just a wellness buzzword, it's a direct intervention on your sleep chemistry. Even 10 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing before bed measurably lowers cortisol. Exercise, especially in the morning, regulates the cortisol rhythm, and consistent sleep and wake times anchor your entire circadian system. None of this is complicated, but all of it requires consistency. Your sleep cycle took years to drift into this pattern. Give it a few weeks to find its way back. 3 a.m. has a reputation. Folklore, horror movies, and sleepless, anxious nights have turned it into something ominous. But it isn't. It's just the edge of a sleep cycle, a cortisol curve, a body trying its best to prepare you for tomorrow. Understanding that won't make you immune to it, but it changes the feeling. Instead of lying in the dark thinking something is wrong with me, you can lie in the dark thinking, I know exactly what's happening, and it will pass, because it will. If your 3 a.m. wake-ups are frequent, severe, or accompanied by symptoms like chest pain, night sweats, or extreme fatigue, talk to a doctor. This could signal sleep apnea, anxiety disorder, or hormonal imbalances that deserve proper attention.